Hey everybody, welcome back and happy 4th of July and happy 250th birthday to you, America. And we're back once again with another video. This time we're getting to part 6 of Starcom Nexus. Now, I hope you guys had fun celebrating the 4th of July. The 4th of July, I know I certainly have. And enjoying America's 250th birthday. And if you guys are hearing some crackles and pops in the background, that would be my neighbors popping their fireworks off, celebrating the day. And, just to warn you all guys ahead of time, this video might be a little shorter than what I intend because, you know, I'm recording this late and, you know, with all the celebrations for 4th of July. So, with that being said, last episode of Starcom Nexus, we had just defeated the Phage, and now we find ourselves in the star system. Oh, cancel. Delete. Anyway, in this star system, after realigning the mass drivers, I think that's what they're called. Anyway, yeah, these two mass drivers, and ended up in this star system. A long way from any hyperroutes, or until we've found this here Nexus, warp Nexus, and activated it. But anyway, now we're going to explore the star system and see what's the deal with this place, and maybe even find some other ones. Who knows? Let's get on with it. All right, first things first. We'll scan this planet. Yeah, those those mass drivers gates were left behind by a species that probably evacuated them when the Phage started showing up. Alright, let's land. See what's down here. On the shores of a subtropical island lies an enormous starship. There are faint, very faint energy readings coming from it, but the numerous life forms are detected. As the survey lander hovers over the waves, a group of small furry bipeds approaches the water and signals excitedly. With the help of the universal translator, the xenoculture expert learns that the race had been fleeing the Red Plague for decades, hopping from system to system. Finally, they identified this planet from ultra-long-range scans and developed an experimental propulsion machine that could fling ships across light years. Now it looks like we found their creators of the mass driver gates. Their scout ship had successfully tested the device, and their main colony ship was supposed to follow them soon after, but never arrived. That was almost a decade ago. They have been doing their best with the resources they arrived with, but lacked the training, resources, and numbers to jumpstart a colony on their own. Repair their vessel. Maybe to offer training? Yeah, that would probably help. Because I don't imagine there's much we can do for their ship that's a decade in ruin. The team engineer and xenoculture expert volunteered to spend some time with the nascent colony and provide survival and engineering training. They estimate it will take a few days to get the colony on more solid footing. Okay. Further investigation is possible. Well, we'll come back to it later. Right now, I don't know if what we did was a mistake or not, because I mean, I don't see how there's much of anything we could do for their ship. I mean, we're down a couple of crew too, but it's for a good cause. Anomaly. Initially, I thought this planet was emitting microwave signal. Actually, the interaction of the solar wind with the gas giant's poles are producing low energy but highly focused maser. For those of you not in the know, a maser is basically a microwave laser. So it's emitting microwave laser-like waves, but kind of focused, or streamlined, I should say. Alright, now for the last planet, and then we'll survey again to see what's the deal with that place. No anomalies, okay. A couple of days should be enough. Scanning this entire solar system would probably be a couple of days trip. Anyway. Team member is still working with the aliens, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Alright, let's report back to our station. Oh. And give him the good news about the phage. Right here, isn't it? Right, it is. Ooh, we got trading partners now. Doc. Station commander. How's morale? That's all for now. Nothing. Okay, apparently they have nothing to say. Which is kind of odd. No. There we go. Alright, apparently nothing new. Let's explore the empty space a bit. See if we can't find anything. I have half a mind to go to a certain star system where we repaired a satellite, well, I mean a station, on the surface of a planet, see if we got any returns or somebody's messed with it. Something tells me even if we offered, I don't think there was much we can do for a ship that's been down, crashed down for like a decade. They probably stripped it too, so no point in that. All that research and upgrades into the energy has really done wonders for our engine and power capacity. Alright. Yeah, we need something from that. Oh, I can't believe we missed this for some reason. Let's go back here. Oh, right, because it was heavy with that other presence, the Chitok presence. I think that's why I did that. Yeah, this has needed some adamantium or something like that. some resource that I don't really have an abundance of. Let's take a look at our journal, my journal. Ah, here we go. Super telescope. Yeah, where is this? 1855, negative 2234. All right. Oh, salutations, Starcom representative. You have been a good ally to the Sword, and we would like to make a small request of you. One of our unmanned science platforms seems to have malfunctioned and ended up in the Aronia-controlled space. While we have diplomatic relations with the Aronia, our government is worried that if they discover the vessel, they may misunderstand its purpose. If you could destroy it, it might prevent an interstellar incident. Also, if you could retrieve its encrypted databanks, that would be exceptional. We would be happy to share any scientific data it recorded with you. We will do what we can. Excellent. We know it is in Aronia space, but not precisely where. Its last known coordinates were around negative 18 by negative 45. But it may have drifted. We are transmitting its energy profile, which should help you pinpoint its location within 600 AU. Remember, recover the databanks to then destroy the vessel. Gotcha. First, I have a little chore of my own to do. Ah, there it is, the super telescope. It is a bit of way, though. But no matter. Okay, negative 18. By 45. Yeah, it's way down here. Certainly far past where we have gone. Alright. It's clear that we're going to have to make our way towards the super telescope, see if anything's become of it. All right. Whoa, what was that? Space seeds. Many of the spaceborne seeds, careful scan shows they've been deployed nanometer thick chunks that allow them to tack onto any into the solar wind. I thought that was a ship at first. Or a swarm of ships. There we go. Straight and steady. Alright, we're close to our destination. And there's a ship wandering around. Survey planet. The telescope has been collecting data on the movements of various celestial objects. It doesn't appear any looters have damaged it in the team's absence either. Ooh, free research points. And let's... What was the missile controls again? Hold on a second. Oh, spacebar. Gotcha. Let's back off a little and try that again. Did that even do anything? Back up a little bit more. Whew. Well, got as much neutronium as we could get out of that. Now, where's our next destination? Probably make our way to that star system and then that gate and then proceed all the way here. Right. I'll see you guys then. Alright guys, before we head out to do the Saurian's mission, I just remembered there was a white dwarf I wanted to investigate. And also this thing, have no idea what it is. Plus there's this planet that we need to survey since we didn't have the, the environmental hazard suit. And also this one too. Yeah, we'll have to go back at a certain point and do all that. For right now, it's time to explore the White Dwarf, see what mysteries it holds. Alright, looks like we're getting close. Hopefully nothing is waiting for us. Nothing unfriendly anyway. Ooh, unknown particulate matter detected. Probably comet within 2000. On approach, the team fails to spot anything that looks of interest in the endless desert. The team's engineer wonders if the anomaly might be a false positive. Shifting soft sands make finding a decent landing location tricky. Eventually, they locate a spot, but it's a few kilometers from the alleged anomaly. Have the team investigate. The anomaly is a small starship, several centuries old, judging from the wear on its hull. Shifting sands might have recently unearthed it, as a search reveals skeletal remains of 3 aliens, each in a separate interior compartment. 2 of the deceased had a substantial supply of gold among their effects. The well less off alien had nothing besides a few empty metal bottles. Sounds like pirates. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I just saw that icon. Let's go grab a comet if we can. I know I'm not crazy because I saw a faint outline at the edge of my screen. Was it going down or up? Aha! I see something. Oh, there it is. Well, it's not a comet, but it's something anyway. Probe. The primitive probe seems to have run out of fuel centuries ago. Examination of its memory banks show that it has passed through the rings of the nearby gas giant approximately 800 years ago. By comparing its data with our own observations, we've noticed interesting celestial processes that otherwise would be too slow to observe. Alright. Well, it wasn't the comet, but still. Let's observe this. No anomalies. Alright. We'll scan this planet. Rising ocean levels have erased most evidence of this planet's civilization. Atop a high plateau, a slowly corroding radio telescope array is one of the few remaining artifacts. The civilization's tech level suggests that there was probably not much to learn here, but the arrays contain some useful minerals. I mean, let's try to restart the array. It takes some engineering effort to come up with a power supply compatible with the old telescopes, but eventually the team restarts the system. The only technical data recovered are some very out-of-date orbit observations of little value. There's confusing document fragment that talks about trying to track something that has passed through the ears of Mixtar into the great nothing. It's unclear what that could have mean. Perhaps the universal translator has gotten confused by corrupted data. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, I heard that probe. There you are. Come back here. Oh, you little... So far, this white dwarf has been unremarkable. And there's the comet, of course. Well, let's chase that down. Can't believe I'm getting outrun by a comet of all things. There it is. Come on. There it is. I see it. Oh, unstable ordnance. It's on the way to the system I need to get back to anyway, so... And there's nothing more we can see here. Oh, I just saw it as I was zooming back in. Ah. Never mind. I got better things to do than chasing comets. Like chase down that probe. Or not. Alright, and there's an unsurveyed planet. Ooh. High energy bolts. Okay. No, thank you. Okay, so not much out of that. I guess we could have done improved fuel. Alright, let's survey this planet. As recently as 3,000 years ago, this planet supported life. Now, even with extreme environmental control, the survey team can only spend a few hours on its surface. During its final centuries, this dying civilization lived in cities built within the shade of artificial craters. Records are sparse, but on a lower level, the team finds the fragment of a religious tract preserved in mud, which translate as which translates as, "Were not gods but devils. Do not pray to them for salvation. It was they who imprisoned their children here. A burning prison guarded by silver angels who would strike down any who rose up with their fiery red swords. Any salvation we must make ourselves, the daughters and sons of the dawn. There may be more, but the team needs to return this ship to recharge the lander's liquid helium supply." Alright. Crap. Our ship almost got it, too. Is it just me, or are they getting faster? Anyway. Scans of a buried refuse dump uncover an optical drive that still has recoverable data on it. Summary for the Chancellor of ? We have come a long way, it's true, but I'm afraid ? Made the locals probably too hard to pick. Locations, okay, too hard. Every year it gets a little hotter and harder to cool the array. By the time our children are running it, it'll be trying half as many keys as today. And the odds we find it in that time are about 1 in 5,000. Alright. Data crystal. Starcom technical data and some kind of mathematical formula. 145 research points. Parts of what appears to be academic paper were preserved in... Oh, I finished the analysis. It's another algorithm related to graph theory, but different from the previous. Whatever it is, it has some very advanced math behind it. Okay. Parts of what appears to be an academic paper were preserved and glassed in an underground archive. It's a shame we're losing so much of our history. Every spare cycle goes to cracking the Sentinel's code. I know it's our only chance, but it used to be when a stack failed, we'd lost the backup. Now it's the original. There's so much knowledge lost. We know that our ancestors chose to imprison themselves here, but we no longer remember why. The archive contains some of the civilization's cultural artifacts as well as a data crystal prominently displayed in a glass case. The team leader thinks they may have exhausted the locations where records might have been preserved. Okay. Survey complete. You know... There's one up there. And another one. Okay, maybe we'll hit here and then hit these two places before we proceed with that other mission. Yeah, let's do that before we do this. And then head, over here, where we last left off. Alright, that sounds like a plan. Back through here. Alright. Yep, right here. Oh, wait, there was... What was that? Oh, that was a Saurian ship, okay. I almost didn't recognize it at first, because it... Just the green... green glow at the center of it. Okay, yeah, that's the Syntech mining station. Chicktid, whatever, yeah. Oh boy. Well, at least we got more titanium. The perfectly reflecting stasis field still hovers stoically above the landscape. Whatever secret or technology remains a mystery. Okay, yeah. We don't have anything for the spheres yet. So... we'll have to go down here. Apparently somebody is knocking on our door, but they're going to have to wait in line because I have more important things to do. Gotcha! Haha! Probe tune. This probe apparently encountered a radio tune that caused it to completely override its memory banks. Fortunately, we quarantined the data before analysis, or it might have infected our own systems. Ooh, good to know. Okay. Now then, where's the next one? Oh yeah, just below. Ooh, looks like somebody's in trouble. Saurians. Well, it only makes sense that we help them. Oh boy, it looks like they're in deep trouble. Whew. Well, that takes care of them. Looks like another victory for the Saurians. Saurians, excuse me. This colorful planet should be at extreme low end of the Korowitz-Lee habitational whatever index. A thick, hot hydrofluoric fog rises out of volcano vents. It would eat through any kind of organic material in seconds. Yet somehow life has found a way to flourish here. Several extremophiles fungus-like life forms grow in abundance. Samples will increase our understanding of the conditions in which life can exist. Not much research points, but fascinating all the same. Alright then. Now then we'll just hop here. Then... There. Let's see what this is all about. I have a feeling I'm gonna regret it, though. Alright. Enemy ship, but I have no time for you. Probably a sentinel, too. Now this, on the other hand, I can deal with. Rail accelerator. Improved fuel. No, thank you. Probably should have done the rail accelerators, but... oh well. Shoot. Missed the opportunity, but I can still play catch up. Where the heck would have it gone anyway? But anyway, we've got other things to worry about. Figures. Sentinels. Whatever the anomaly detected from orbit is, it's somewhere within a dense jungle filled with strange vegetation and sounds. The terrain's too rugged to take the surf. Send the tin. Alright. Deep in the jungle, beneath a thick canopy, the team stumbles upon a strange sight. A massive colony of tiny insects arranging themselves in complex, three-dimensional forms eventually forms taking on fungal, fruiting plant. After a time, a large animal approaches the plant. As it investigates, the insects suddenly swarm over and begin to consume it. The team makes a hasty retreat, although not before collects a few samples for study. 40 points, okay. And we need to go here. And then we'll investigate the blue giant. Oh boy. Ooh, a few stray shots landed. But not too much damage that our repair teams couldn't fix. Alright, let's head straight for that next door system. On second thought, I want to save right here. In case something bad happens, because I don't want to lose all the progress I've made. Alright, it's first planet. Doesn't seem to be anyone around. No anomalies. Ooh, no. Ugh. Those beams interacting with accretion disk are really giving us front row seats to high energy neutron physics. I guess I probably should have waited until we were a safe distance before I distracted you. Yeah. Scan. Ow. Send survey. Alright, during a brief intermission between bursts of the spinning pulsar, the team hurriedly investigate a cluster of artificial debris. On close inspection, it is clearly the remnants of an advanced drive system. Its adamantine shielding kept most of important technical elements intact. The plating is badly melted, but the lettering Arcom Morningstar is still visible on the inside of the panel. Return to the ship. Never mind what it says on the tin. It's the drive that's way more advanced than anything in the fleet. We should get this to Kite Lab straight away. Right. First things first, though, we need to investigate the rest of this system, which is one more planet, and then there's a wormhole. And I bet you it leads to that blue giant and that red giant. Oh, no. Too close. There we are. Surface anomaly. Let's see what's on here. From orbit, a blinking array of lights is visible, flashing out a series of mathematical patterns. After splashdown, the team discovers that these patterns are beings generated by colonies of bioluminescent organisms. The team's xenoculture expert has the bright idea of connecting the lander's camera and landing lights to the universal translator, allowing communication with these biolooms. The biolooms have spent the past 2 centuries trying in vain to communicate with the great pulsing light that regularly measures time and bombards their oceans with life-giving gamma rays. While disappointed that the survey team are not emissaries from the pulse, they readily agree to make a friendly exchange of information. They are a remarkably sophisticated culture considering that they have never developed a single tool. Their mathematics and philosophy could all be taught at Starcom Academy. Alright, time to jump into this wormhole. Ooh, what's here? Scan planet. No anomalies. Why do I hear battle music when there's nobody here? At first I thought that strange spinning place was like an enemy base or something, but no, it turns out it's a spinning pulsar star. Okay. Nothing unusual about this star either. Please let not that be a sentinel. Chitik orbiter. Well, I can deal with that. Must be just an outpost here. Alright, let's see what this anomaly is about. Across a dozen or so hectares, large blue crystals pierce the rough surface of the planet. Composed primarily of impure quartz, each cluster remarkably vibrates with a unique chime as the team's footsteps set off minute or minute vibrations. In some spots, the crystals almost sound like a choir of voices. 12 research points. Have the team return to the ship. Could have been another first contact scenario, but apparently... Oh, further investigation is possible? Survey takes in an encore performance of the Crystal Song. Okay, apparently there's no way to know what they're about yet, so I'll put that on hold. Wait, hold on a second. Something else, but I'll investigate this planet over here first. Oh no, a sentinel ship. Let's just hope they leave and ignore us. No surface anomalies, okay. And another wormhole. Probably leading to the Blue Giant, hopefully. Another planetary body. Another surface anomaly. Let's see what this one's about. Half buried in a high pass on this snowbound planet, the team finds another neutronium benchmark. Survey benchmark, Crimson Priestess 6, blah blah blah, from Nest Whirlpool. Judging from the various erosion indicators, the in the nearby nearly indestructible metal has probably been here for several centuries and won't be missed. 22.72 light years from Nest Whirlpool. Wonder what that's about. Alright, let's survey this one. Micrometeors. Tiny meteors in the planet's orbits have polished it to a lens-like smoothness, allowing us to use it to observe this reason background radiation turned on and that of in our galaxy, huh? Nice try, but I'm on to you. Darn it. Oh well. It was flying right in front of me, too. Yeah, that sounds like Aurier speak. The Nest Nebula, 22 light years. Okay, this is not leading towards the blue dwarf. I'm gonna have to go back. First, might as well take a quick survey. Or not. Accidentally left. Alright, let's head for the blue dwarf then. Alright. Here we go. First survey commence. Let's send our team down. Ooh, an old starship, probably a freighter, lies half buried on the surface of this small moon. It looks like a large explosion ripped the hull wide open. Most of its cargo was apparently food and medical supplies, long decayed, but the hull and the engines have some useful metals in them. Excuse me. No anomalies. No anomalies, but plenty of enemies. Nothing apparently noteworthy about the star. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whew. What was that? It's clear I'm gonna have to be careful. Scan the survey. Another world that succumbed to the rapid desertification several millennia ago. The similarity of the effects suggests that this was either the product of a weapon or a large-scale celestial phenomenon. Probably a weapon, considering how this place was minefielded. Repairs are underway. Thankfully, I didn't lose any crew. Holy crap, that came out of nowhere. Alright, let's see what's on here. A heavily fortified installation has been built into a high pass between two mountains. It seems like it hasn't been used in centuries or longer. Small turns near the entrance show signs of corrosion, and the rock slide has created gaps in the outer wall. Send the team in. As the team enters, several automated turret systems activate, but years of neglect have taken their toll and they fail to fire their ordnances. A search of the main building uncovers a number of corpses and armor. Scans of the bodies show they've been dead for at least a century, mummified by the dry air. The team's medical officer finds signs of what she thinks is malnutrition. Possibly this base was cut off from resupply. The military equipment isn't technically advanced by Starcom standards, but there's quite a lot of it, and there's some valuable metals worth salvaging. I'll take that. Now I wonder who those mines belong to and where are those ships. Ooh, more mines. I barely noticed them. This whole system is crawling with mines. No, those are just stars. Oh, it's just Chick-Took. I was worried that those were the Sentinels or whatnot. But no, it's just those guys. There's a neutronium core, but I'll deal with it later. Speaking of which, how much? Got 69 adamantine. Need a whole lot more though. Alright, let's go back to the wormhole. Alright. Scan. Single-celled genesis. No localized anomalies detected, but we are witnessing an early stage of life development on this planet. As single-celled photosynthesizing life forms gradually spread the surface of this inhospitable world. Alright, let's scan this planet. Dwarf gas giant. This planet has a gaseous composition very similar to most gas giants, but yet at a fraction of the size and mass. Oh, And apparently there is an anomaly. Floating in a clear nitrogen layer of this oxymoron is a station, lightly buoyed by a few anti-grav lifts. A short-range radio signal transmits a message to the approaching survey vessel, which roughly translates as, "This is a non-military automated data collection station. In the interest of science, please do not dismantle." The team analyzes the station's unencrypted logs, which contain a wealth of interesting data about this unusual planet. They also note that the station is composed of quite a bit of titanium, platinum, and even a bit of adamantium. Let's leave it intact. We'll see if we can't farm research points off of this like with the telescope. In the meantime, let's see what these hostile ships are, and if we can't survey the rest of the system. Oh, these guys. I can deal with them no problem. No anomalies. No anomalies. No anomalies concerning the star. Ooh, what's that light wave? Apparently nothing. Alright, let's chase after them. Because we need to go through here anyway. Ooh. Improved telemetry? Okay, no thank you. Oh, no, I did not mean to target. Shoot. I'm trying to... Crap. I did not mean to do that, my dude. Stupid targeting. Maybe it will stop once I... Okay, I need to get this targeting off before it gets me killed. It makes more enemies than I want. Shoot, and I probably made enemies out of those other guys. No, I don't want to target them. Oh, that's a sentinel. I thought it was those other guys. Well, at least now that I have help. Gotcha. Reinforced armor. The shattered armor fragment shows an incredible ability to redistribute energy from damage. Concentrated areas of this armor will be very hard to penetrate. Okay. I thought it was those traitor guys. I didn't know it was this. I didn't realize it was the sentinels. I was like, oh crap. Did I do something wrong? Well, thanks for the help, Vandiri. Alright, no anomalies detected. Surface. Oh. Plasma coherence. Thank you. Never mind. Surface anomaly. On an isolated plateau, the team finds a cluster of strange fungus. Unlike anything else on this dry terrestrial planet, its base it's protected by a remarkably hard shell that resists normal sample collection. Laser or diamond drill? Well, let's go. After grinding several drill tips, the team is finally able to penetrate the shell. Inside, the team finds a soft goo with an incredibly high chemical potential energy index, possibly some kind of long-term food storage for the fungus. In any case, it's lucky the team elected not to use a laser. The fungus cluster probably would have detonated with several kilotons of explosive force. Yeah, good thing. You can never go wrong with the old-fashioned approach. Scan this. Send down a survey team. Three enormous pillars of stone rise from the sea. The control room entrance for these is submerged about 50 meters beneath the surface with relative calm waters. Several divers quickly descend. The entrance is guarded by a tribe of apparently intelligent manti-like creatures. They seem to understand that the chamber has value, if not exactly why. They demand either 30 tons of a particular species of local fish or 20 gold as payment to open the eye for the team. I mean, it's better to do the fish, but we know nothing about the so-called fish. But 20 gold is hefty. Fishing. Have the team continue fishing. Fishing. 13, fishing. Okay. And after all that, they don't let you go through the eye. Ah, that's a bunch of bollocks. Should have just... They probably would have done the same thing if we gave them the gold. Then we would have been out of gold. At least we got this open. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I was just trying to see what else is on here. Okay, now we're away from a lot of other stuff. Gonna turn around. We're slowly making our way where we originally intended to go, which is down here. First, going to explore these two systems. See what's up with them. Who are these guys? Auroran. Okay, never mind. I don't want to piss them off too much. Since we've opened the gate here, I'm going to check up on that colony with those two crew members we left behind. There's gotta be a way to safely dispose of those ordnance and get materials and research off of them. Alright, but for now, we're going to head up all the way back up here to check on our crew. See what else is up there. Alright, the colony is in much better shape. The aliens, whom the team members call Nictians, are extremely intelligent but were overly specialized for the situation they found themselves in when their second ship failed to arrive. Thanks to the survey team, they seem to be on solid footing and have shared a great deal of their technical knowledge with the crew. A small group of the Nictians would like to know if they can travel with a long trek to Kite Station. Yeah, our primary mission is still the exploration and contact with new cultures. You know what? I think it's a good time to visit Kite Station anyway. We need to share with them all that we've gathered. All right. Research Chief Lieutenant Commander Pillman. This drive you found with the Morningstar markings is very advanced. We don't have anything like that in the fleet. Maybe it's a top secret new drive? That might explain how it got here. Trust me, it's not. I have connections at the highest levels of Starcom research. I might know about every single research project, but I know about something this big. Can we use it to get home? No. First, unless you've been holding out on us, we don't even know which way home is. Second, the way this device works seems to like it would be limited to relatively short distances, maybe across a sector at most. I'll need some time to look into it more carefully, but this seems like something worth my attention. I'll let you know if and when I have some practical information. Alright. Let's talk to the station commander. How's morale? Okay. Let's talk to you again. The Commodore suggested that I allow one of these Nixians you brought back from your expeditions to work in my lab in hopes of some knowledge-sharing advantage. I strongly objected, but she insisted. So now I have an Nictian lab assistant, so if our research slows down in the future, it'll be your fault. Our survey team found them quite intelligent. Maybe they'll speed things up. That seems unlikely. I'll need more research data, not someone I have to teach the basics of lab management to. Alright. Alright. Just looking over the things we can research. Because we've got quite a lot of research points, but we haven't discovered some particular technologies yet. Though I'm thinking of trying to research to improve power consumption. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. And the distance manipulation. Alright. Alright, let's hold off for now. Oop, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. Alright, since we solved that little issue up here, I'm thinking next time we can just change the trajectory of the mass driver system and point over here and next, see where that takes us. But for now, let's head back to our explorations here. Alright, set a course for that white dwarf, and then we'll head for that yellow main sequence star. Let you guys know when I get there. Actually, on second thought, looking at the clock and how long I've been doing this, I think I'll end the video here. But I think we've explored at least a little bit and solved some mysteries and opened a whole lot of new questions. Yeah, but I've looked at the clock and the amount of time I've spent on it so far, and yeah, it's getting pretty late. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna end the video here. But if you guys enjoyed me playing Starcom so far, then please, as always, leave a like. Sound the notification bell to stay up to date with my channel's content. Leave your comments and or game suggestions in the comments section below, as well as your thoughts of what other games I should try to play. And hit that subscribe button down below to support my channel and to help it grow as we continue on our YouTube journey together. Thanks. I've been Helmstrats, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.